We welcome you in for a special edition of the Pride Pregame Show. It is postseason time, and for the first time since 2024, Greensboro College men's basketball with a home game here at Haynes Gym. And in fact, just the fourth game that Haynes Gym has seen from a postseason standpoint in the last 15 years. So a lot of excitement here today. Kendrick Fruits, Stephen Whitenhouse here with you. And Stephen, we get set for a rematch, if you will, a dramatic finish for Greensboro, winning against Methodist just 3 days ago. Now you got to go out and do it all over again. But just talk to us a little bit about Saturday first before we even look to tonight.
Yeah, what a game. Both teams just, back and forth. It was this matchup tonight as well as it was the other day. It's going to be, Greensboro's offense, which is pretty good, against Methodist defense, which is also pretty good. And it was, kind of met right in the middle on Saturday, and Methodist did a great job of kind of calling back in it, took the lead, and then Greensboro, again, that last possession was really wild. Multiple missed shots, but multiple rebounds, and then of course Ryan Roberts with that putback that really brought the gym to its feet. And it was a really exciting way to finish the regular season. But now that's behind us, and so that'll be a memory that we'll have for a long time. But tonight, it's a brand new night, and so Methodist is going to come in ready to avenge both of their losses in the regular season to Greensboro, and of course the loss just a couple of days ago. But Saturday was electric. It was really fun, and hopefully for Greensboro it's the same tonight.
Well, let's break it down a little bit more. You were there on Saturday. I was not. I was at baseball. So give us your insider opinion, if you will. Tell us some things that you saw good from Greensboro on the Saturday, and then some things that maybe they struggled against the Monarchs with.
Yeah, I think we'll start with the struggle, and that was kind of the turnover bug. Methodist did a really good job of pressing, and I think you'll probably see that again tonight. They're going to put pressure on Greensboro. We've seen Greensboro struggle at times with the press throughout the season, and so the other night they definitely had a moment, especially in the first half. They went about 2-minute or so stretch where Methodist got about 5 or 6 points just off of the pressure that they put on Greensboro. And so no doubt that that's going to happen again tonight. Greensboro has to take care of the basketball. But what I did like was they just continued to fight. Even without Jeremiah Howard in the middle, Ryan Roberts, he didn't have the greatest offensive game, but he and EJ, they both battled hard down low. Methodist is a really tough team. And so you have to be tough down low in order to compete with Methodist. And so I thought those guys were good, especially Ryan. He played a lot of minutes. And so I think they've got to come out tough, mentally prepared for a dogfight, I guess you could say, a boxing match. And I think if they are, I think they'll be successful, but they have to limit the turnovers because that's going to really hurt you come tournament time.
Well, Jeremiah Howard missed the last 3 games of the regular season with an injury. He is expected back tonight. What does that presence bring to this lineup?
It's huge. I mean, this Methodist team, like I said, is tough. Now, they don't have crazy size necessarily, but they're tough, good rebounding, good defensive team. Jeremiah Howard matches that perfectly. And so having him and Ryan Roberts down there makes a huge difference when it comes to scoring down low, getting those rebounds. But again, the key, like we always talk about, is make sure he stays out of foul trouble. If he's in foul trouble, then it's a different story. But his presence down low is going to be massive for Greensboro tonight. I think, if you didn't have Jeremiah, you kind of go into it, man, it's going to be really tough to beat Methodist 3 times, in a season, especially, and then, beat him again after you just beat him the other day. But now with Jeremiah Howard, it's like now you get an extra spark, from the game on Saturday. So you come off a win. Now you get that extra, big presence down low. And so I think that gives Greensboro even more momentum now that Jeremiah's back.
Methodist is a better free throw shooting team than Greensboro by about 4%. So not awful. But the thing is, Greensboro gets to the line a ton. So what they lack in average, they make up for in sheer volume. Against a good defense like Methodist, how important is it to get to the line tonight?
Oh, you have to get to the line, but you have to make free throws. I mean, come tournament time, we say little things, but they're big things.
They add up.
They matter. You're going to be looking at the free throws, the turnovers, all those stats that you may glance over sometimes in regular season. Tonight, those things are going to be massive when it comes to who wins and loses this game. So free throws are going to be big. Got to get there, but you also got to execute.
Well, we'll break down the thrilling win against Methodist a little bit more from this past Saturday. You'll hear the post-game thoughts of Ryan Roberts. We'll hear the pregame thoughts tonight of Coach Michael McDuffie as we get set for the first round of the USA South Men's Tournament. It's the Pride, it's the Monarchs. Which Lion comes out on top? We'll find out in just a little bit on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Moving the ball on the top. Hop step, kick, corner, three. Jackson, good. Three, top of the key for Roberts, off the mark. Rebound corralled by Jackson, and a circus shot goes for an and one. Top of the key, Ingram to Jackson. Trying to find some kind of depth. Gray, three ball, money. Wing. Nice feed inside from Roberts. Shot clock is dark. 15 to shoot. It's Jackson. One-on-one with Brooks. This is the matchup of the night. Cutting to his right. Pulls up. The jumper. No good. Rebound. Will Gray. No good. Still three to shoot. The shot's up. No good. And he puts it in. Ryan Roberts.
Ryan Roberts. The last-minute putback on his senior night gives the Pride the win.
Pride Nation, we are here with the hero, the senior, Ryan Roberts. Ryan, with 0.9 seconds left. 2 or 3 missed shots. You're at the right place at the right time. You get the tip in with 0.9 seconds. I don't know if you can tell me even if you know what was going through your head, but what was going through your head as soon as you tipped it in and you realized that was very likely the game winner?
I mean, the first thought that went to my head was we got to get a stop.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we lost the other day on that buzzer beater, and I was just praying that didn't happen again. But it first went in, I just stuck my hand straight up in the air. I was just like, thank you, Lord, because I really hadn't had the best game of all time on my senior night. But that made up for it right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Made up for everything. Game-winning shots. So, Ryan, you guys are now going to host Methodist next week. I know you'll have some time to kind of decompress and think about it, but what do you think about a rematch after such an intense game here against Methodist? You're going to turn back around next week and host them here. What are your just initial thoughts about hosting the first round against Methodist next week?
Well, I hope we can get the same crowd back out again. I think that played a big factor, especially that missed free throw down there. That played a huge factor. So hopefully we can have them back. And then we should have Jeremiah Howard back in that. He was a really big factor the first time that we played him. And, I mean, they're about to come at us really hard. I mean, it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yep.
But, I mean, it seems like we got the ball rolling right now at the right time. So hopefully we can keep it going because, I mean, now it's really when it really matters. So hopefully we can beat them 3 times.
And we continue on with our postseason pregame show here on the Greensboro College Sports Network, joined now by head coach Michael McDuffie. And, Coach, before we jump into tonight, talk a little bit about just the emotion of the game on Saturday. Obviously, a last-second shot to win on senior night. Not only that, it moves you up from 6th to 4th in the standings. Just a lot of good things happening Saturday.
Yeah, definitely a lot of positives. Obviously, with senior night, guys being able to play on the floor one last time. It was only fitting that Ryan Roberts go out and he be the one to make the final bucket to put us up. And then going from 6th to 4th, a lot of adversity this year. So for us to kind of secure that spot and move up in the standings, it's pretty special. So.
Well, the preseason preview, I asked you what it would mean to get into the postseason. Your first year as the head coach here. Did the feelings match expectations? Did reality match expectations for you?
It did, but it was short-lived. It's just conference tournament time, so all of that stuff goes out the window once we kind of figured out who we're playing, where we would be going or not going. That the dust kind of settled from there. But the biggest thing is you got to have a short memory because you got to play now. Records and standings aside, so we got to be ready to go.
Coach, they say one of the toughest things to do in basketball is beat a team 3 times in a season. You're going to have to do that tonight to advance. Thoughts on is there anything still left in the back pocket that you can show them that you haven't shown them yet?
Yeah, a couple of things. But the biggest thing for us, we got to control what we can control. One of the things that we have to do better, we got to take care of the basketball. To win that game, to come out alive in that game and turn it over as many times as we did. We have a little bit of favor and somebody's looking out for us. So we got to be better today. Obviously, Methodist is coming in. It's still pretty fresh, that game, in the way that it went. So we got to be 10 times better, and we got to be on our P's and Q's as far as taking care of the basketball defensively, and getting good shots offensively. I think throughout the course of the season, when we've kept it in a certain range as far as scoring wise, we've been pretty successful. So I think that's going to be the key for us tonight.
Are there any, given the fact that you just saw Methodist on Saturday and it's a quick turnaround, are there any adjustments realistically that can be made in this short time frame?
There are a few, just strategically and schematically, both on the defensive and offensive end. For us, it was a lot of cosmetic things, whether it be screens or what we're doing in certain actions. But that's going to be the biggest thing, is our ability to execute those things, and obviously the mental part of it as well. I think at this point, everybody knows what everybody's doing, but it's our ability to be players and make plays, and make adjustments and execute those adjustments.
What are some of the strengths you saw from Methodist this past Saturday?
I think it was their ability to kind of break us down in and around the basket. I think they shot it particularly well, but they kind of put pressure to us on the defensive end. So we got to do a better job of keeping the ball in front of us. I thought KJ Brooks was excellent for them, so we got to keep him under control. But obviously they have the ability, as they've shown throughout the course of the season, that where multiple guys can step up. So we got to be ready for it.
Coach, we're 3 minutes away from tip-off right now at the time this is airing, so cat's out of the bag. Jeremiah Howard back right now. What can he bring to the table for this team that maybe we didn't have on Saturday?
An inside presence, somebody to alter shots at the rim, and obviously it's different when you're grounded from a rebounding standpoint as opposed to somebody that can go up and get it. So definitely excited to have his presence in and around the rim. And I think it opens things up for guys like Will, like DJ, for them to kind of get to the rim and get to their spots, having somebody to kind of throw it into the post. So very excited to have him tonight. Expecting big things from him.
Well, Coach, thank you so much and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we've done all the talking. Let's get this thing started. Tournament basketball next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. We continue to count you down to tip-off here, the first game of the 2025-26 USA South Tournament for men's basketball. First round action in just a little bit. We're continuing on with the Pride pregame show right now, and Jay Sean, as we continue to get ready for this matchup, I mean, it's a tough challenge to beat a team 3 times in a season, and that's what Greensboro is going to have to do today against Methodist. It's a tougher challenge, I think, to beat a team after you saw them 2 days ago.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of coaches say it's tough to beat a team twice, but it's even tougher to beat a team 3 times, especially when you just played them 2 days ago. So what's going to be key, in my opinion, I think you got to limit the turnovers. It's going to be loud in here. It's going to be very hectic. Tempers are going to be high. The players are going to be into this game. You got to limit the turnovers and just limit the mistakes in general. So I think that's one thing that changes in this type of environment. You're going to be more prone to the turnover, more prone to mistakes. You just got to limit them as best as possible.
Well, walk us through it. You were here on Saturday. I was at baseball, so I didn't get to experience it. But from all the cell phone videos that I saw and from the overhead camera, just an absolutely electric atmosphere, especially when Roberts made the game-winning basket.
Yeah, man, it was insane. Can't write a better script than that. Ryan Roberts on his senior night with the last-second putback. It was electric. The gym was full. Everyone was loud. It's just the atmosphere you dream about as a college athlete, and to now be able to see that similar atmosphere, same exact team. Again, these players, they're excited, man. It's going to be a great game.
Well, let's talk about it. Obviously, we've not had Jeremiah Howard in the lineup for the last 3 or 4 games. He's back today. Coach McDuffie told me no restrictions on him. So what does that add to the team that we didn't see on Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday, Greensboro out-rebounded Methodist by just about 20 rebounds. So now you're adding one of your best rebounders, one of the best rebounders in the conference to this lineup. I'm interested to see what Methodist is going to do to adjust, because at the end of the day, they did lose that game, so they kind of have to look at themselves and what they're going to do for this one. And now they're just a whole different player that they have to worry about, and they know how big of a threat he can be.
Absolutely, and I think one of the other big keys today, and you and I were talking about it before we came on the air, was trying to force Methodist to shoot outside. They struggle in that category. They were last in the USA South this year in three-point percentage, 2 of 12 from 3 against Greensboro on Saturday, and if Jeremiah Howard can shut down the interior, you force them to do something they don't want to do.
Exactly. When you force a team that doesn't like shooting to shoot, they're going to miss. They're not always going to fall, but you got to rebound. You got to continue the things you did well on Saturday into this one.
All right, last thing here, Jay Sean. One key to win for both teams today.
I think if you're Greensboro, you got to limit the turnovers, limit the mistakes, as I said earlier. If you're Methodist, you got to capitalize off any. That's one thing they did well on Saturday. They capitalized off Greensboro's turnovers. You got to do a similar thing. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be hectic. You got to stay into the game.
Absolutely, and the emotion was high after Saturday's game. So I think that's a good starting place for today. It's only going to go up from there. It's a great evening in Greensboro College athletics. Women's basketball beginning their tournament today on the road at North Carolina Wesleyan. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. But we're going to step aside, and when we come back, it'll be time to start on the men's side of things. It's Greensboro College, it's Methodist, it's the USA South Men's Basketball Tournament, and it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Well, Haynes Gym is the stage here for the first round of the USA South Men's Basketball Tournament, and only one Lion can reign supreme. Will it be the Pride or the Monarchs? We are about to find out. Hello, everyone. Kendrick Fruits and Jay Sean Ayala here with you on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. First off, for visiting Methodist, it'll be number 5, KJ Brooks, a junior guard from Hillsboro, North Carolina. Also number 11, Omonte Daniels, a junior guard from Columbia, South Carolina. Number 15, Mike Fee, is a junior guard from Liberty, North Carolina. Number 24, Trey Williams, a junior guard from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And number 34, Sean O'Connor, a sophomore forward from Yorktown, Virginia. For Greensboro College, the lineup looks like this. Number 2, DJ Jackson, a junior guard from High Point. Number 10, Jeremiah Howard, back in the lineup today, a sophomore forward from Concord, North Carolina. Number 12, Will Gray, a junior guard, the transfer from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Number 14, Ryan Roberts, the hero from Saturday, a senior forward from Burlington. And number 32, Dwight Vincent, a freshman guard from Durham. Jay Sean, who are we looking at here today?
I think for the Monarchs, it's definitely going to be KJ Brooks. I mean, the 9th leading scorer in the conference. Had a great day on Saturday. They're definitely going to look to him for some leadership and to be their main scorer. And in terms for the Pride, I think for me, it's almost my answer every time. Will Gray, when he takes the game over, it is a completely different vibe from this team. They play with a different level of heart and energy, and he's the kind of guy that just leads the team and just changes the complete kind of aura of the starting lineup. So for the Pride, I'm going to go Will Gray.
I agree with you. The only thing, caveat I may throw in there is, can Jeremiah Howard jump in and pick up where he left off, or is there a little bit of getting his feet wet or some rust to shake off? I think maybe the only other thing that I would be looking at today, because we've seen 2 Jeremiah Howards this year. We've seen the one that goes out and dominates. We've seen the one that gets off to a slow start. So the question is, after missing a couple games, who do we see first?
I think Jeremiah, as of late, he's been great. He's going to keep it going. Let's do it. Playoff basketball in Haynes Gym, man. It doesn't get better than this.
It's exciting. Fans still filing in. We're about ready to get this one underway. Greensboro College in the white jerseys with the green trim. Methodist in the green jerseys with the gold. Tip-off is won by the Pride in Greensboro. We'll start with Will Gray up at the logo. Now to Vincent at the right wing. Vincent up top picks up the dribble. Bounce pass to Howard at the free throw line. Howard back up top to Jackson. Now slings it around to Gray. 15 seconds in the 2025-26 USA South Tournament. Down low to Roberts at the baseline. Right-hand side of the lane. Kicks it out to Gray. Shot clock down to 5. Gray in the lane. Tough floater through contact. No good. And Brooks with a one-armed rebound. Now on the run is Methodist. This is Williams. Now back up top to Daniels. Daniels slows things down at the logo. Working to his right, getting around to Howard. Now has to send it back up top to Brooks. Tees up from 3. That one no good. Loose ball, offensive rebound to Daniels. Daniels in the lane, pulls up at the free throw line. Now sends it back out to Williams. Splitting between a couple defenders. Loses the handle, regains. Now sends up top to Brooks. Shot clock down to 8. Brooks dribbling to the right, deep in the right wing. Now gives this off to Fee. Fee pulls up free throw line. Air ball goes out of bounds. And a good defensive start for the Pride.
They had absolutely nothing there. Everything was locked up, just man-on-man, sticky defense. Great work there on that possession.
Would even venture to say smothering defense by the Pride in the early going. Roberts' pass intended for Gray, knocked out of bounds off of the hands of Fee, but possession stays with Greensboro. Almost 90 seconds in, still waiting to see who will get on the board first. Wasn't exactly an offensive barn burner on Saturday either, Jay Sean.
No, it wasn't. Just capitalizing.
3 ball, Will Gray. Give it to him. That's how we start. Well, you said Will Gray's got to get hot. That's what you want to see.
That is one way to start the game for Will Gray. He's into it. Let's see him take over this one.
Williams sizing up Gray, going to the left. Now uses a partial screen from O'Connor. One-hand sling. Now down to the right wing. Down to O'Connor. Tries to spin around Howard and gets it to go. Sean O'Connor, the sophomore, listed as 6'4", shooting it over the taller defender.
Particularly going to be a very interesting matchup down below size-wise. Jeremiah has just about 3-4 inches on him. So we'll see how he adjusts to that.
Nice cut to Roberts and a quick pass to Jackson. Jackson pull-up jumper, swirls home, and Greensboro leads it early, 7-2. Check that, 5-2. You know, one thing I noticed on Saturday, I was at baseball, but I was following the score. Neither team really got away from each other. They each would trade the lead, but nobody pulled away.
Yeah, it seems they would trade leads and trade runs, multiple 7-0, 8-0 runs from each teams back and forth.
This is kicked outside. Now a pass into the left corner. That's Williams. Daniels rather. Now a jumper at the buzzer. No good. And a rebound from Howard. Jeremiah making his presence felt early. Jackson to Gray. Now to Roberts. Hands it off to Gray again. Splits a couple defenders. Gives it to Howard. Kicks it out to Vincent. Greensboro working really quickly. Now a pass down low to Howard and a jam. 7-2 on the jam from Howard.
Great patience there, just moving the ball until you find the right switch you wanted. They got Brooks on Howard. Clear size disadvantage for Brooks. Howard slams it home.
O'Connor trying to back down Howard. Kind of lowered the head a little bit there, but Finally spins around, gets some space, and gets it to go. 7-4 as we are about 3.5 minutes deep. Gray gives it to Vincent. Greensboro's got 3 scorers right now. Right now, Methodist only has 1. O'Connor has picked up both of their buckets. Gray bounce pass to Roberts up top. Works on Brooks, gives it back to Gray. Gray's return to Roberts inside. Reverse layup too strong. And going the other way with it is Methodist. On the run is Daniels. Contact at the rim. Shot's no good. Loose ball in the lane taken by Jackson. A quick 2-on-2. DJ left-hand side. He's fouled on the way up. Well, I think this is a key thing for Greensboro today is being able to get to the line. We've talked about it with Stephen Whitenhouse about how good the defense is for Methodist this year. And so for Greensboro, it's be important to get to the line. That'll take us to the under 16 with a 7-4 Greensboro lead on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
Back at Haynes Gym, first round of the USA South Men's Basketball Tournament. Greensboro College leading Methodist early 7-4. And Jay Sean, what we were talking about when we went to break, against a stingy defense, it's so important to go to the line. Methodist is a better free throw shooting team than Greensboro, but Greensboro gets to the line more. You kind of think, hey, is it quantity or is it quality? Greensboro will take whatever they can get.
Yeah, honestly, for me, if I was a coach, I would be definitely quantity. If you can get to the line, the more chances for free points, the better. So I'm going to go quantity. If you could get to the line here, it's going to be key in this one.
First free throw good from Jackson. Second is as well. And the Pride take a 9-4 lead. Couple of lineup changes for the Monarchs. Tomas Stevens is in. He's given it up top to Williams. Back to Stevens now. Trying to go between Roberts and Vincent. Shot's no good. Saved, though, by O'Connor. Passes to Stevens. Stevens has it swatted away by DJ Jackson. Now Will Gray driving. Kicks this one across to Vincent. Up top to Roberts. Had an open look for a three for a moment. Now down low to Howard. Howard out to Vincent. Vincent three ball. That's no good off the back iron. O'Connor for the rebound. Daniels on the right-hand side, slings this across to Brooks. Now an open look at a three from Williams. That's good. Trey Williams.
Talked about it pregame. Methodist doesn't really shoot the ball much. One of the lower half teams in the USA South in terms of three-point shooting. They're definitely going to look to shoot the three in this one. They've already attempted three.
They've connected on one. Roberts spin move there on Williams. Quick give to Gray underneath. Now kicks it over to Vincent. Open three, left corner. That's no good off the front iron. And a rebound by Williams. It's a 2-on-1 for Methodist. Brooks was able to get around Jackson, and we're tied. Kind of looks like wash, rinse, and repeat from Saturday. Teams going on back and forth runs, and nobody getting away. Vincent tries to lob down to Howard. Howard has it taken away, blocked by O'Connor, but a foul called. So O'Connor picks up his first personal, team foul number 2. And Jeremiah Howard goes to the line where he is a 68% shooter this year. First free throw is good. Greensboro is already 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
As you said, a 68% free throw shooter. I would say that's above average in terms of, your big men, your forward. So when you have a big man that can shoot the free throw, get to the line, it's very valuable.
Second free throw coming. And it rolls off. No good. Rebound there to Brian Bullock. So Daniels with it, gives it to Bullock. That pass intercepted by Roberts, the hero from Saturday, but it's poked right back away by Stevens. And here comes Methodist. It's Brooks at the free throw line. Now gives it out to Daniels. Daniels kicks this one out to Bullock. Bullock trying to work on Roberts. Now up top, Williams 3. That's good. Well, Methodist has already equaled their three-point total from Saturday now with their second make of the first half. They've got a 12-10 lead. Gray to Chudgar Benitez. Yariel passes to Howard. Howard spins around Bullock, gives it into the corner for Gray. Gray fakes a three, now up top. Chudgar Benitez picks up the dribble, tries to go out of bounds to Jackson, but it's going to go off the fingers of Bullock. Greensboro should maintain possession here. It'll be Will Gray with it. And I think they're going to have to reset the shot clock here. So a little bit of a delay. More people filing in here at Haynes Gym. They've put 7 on the shot clock, so the Pride need a pretty quick play. Jackson with it, now 4 seconds on the shot clock. Kicks this out to Gray. Gray will just fire up a long 2, no good off the back iron. Brooks with the rebound for the Monarchs.
You said Methodist going to look a little bit more to the 3-ball today, and they've already looked to their leading 3-point shooter on the team, Trey Williams. He's got 2 for 2 on the day. He's their leading 3-point shooter with 40 made on the season.
Pass down low to Bullock. Baseline jumper, good. 15-10. Jalen Thorne's on the floor right now for Greensboro. It's another guy who's kind of been off and on the floor this year because of some injuries. If they can get some good minutes out of him, that's another huge plus for the Pride.
Yeah, he's great defensively, so they're definitely checking him in with a little bit of defense in mind.
Will Gray past the free throw line, kicks it out to Thornton's. Thorne's corner 3, that's no good. And a rebound taken by Stevens with an overhand pass up ahead. Here comes Brooks on Jackson. Shot's no good, but DJ will draw a foul. First foul on Jackson. That'll be team foul number 1 with 12:17 to go in the first half.
It's a 10-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds for the Monarchs. Expect maybe a timeout or something from the Pride to kind of regroup, get their feet back under them.
Methodist also shooting 55% from the floor. Free throw from Brooks is good. Brooks led all scorers with 22 points on Saturday. On 9 of 17 shooting, was 4 of 5 from the free throw line. His second here is good, 16-10, and it's Methodist's largest lead of the game. Thorns to Jackson, who crosses the timeline. Next stoppage will take us to our under 12 media timeout. Thorns dribbling with the left hand. Now kicks it out to Jackson in the left wing. Jackson picks up the dribble to Chudgar Benitez. Trying to back down his man Rice. Now back to Jackson. Shot clock to 3. Long 3. That's no good. Offensive board by Roberts on the baseline. Sends it out to Gray. Gray driving baseline. Loses it out of bounds. And it will be Methodist ball. That'll take us to the under 12 timeout. 11:41 to play. 16-10 Methodist on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 11:41 to go in the first half. Greensboro trailing Methodist 16-10. And Jay Sean, everything that Greensboro was doing well at the first media timeout, they've stopped doing by the time we got to the second media timeout.
Exactly. The ball movement on the offensive end, I thought these last two possessions was very poor. Shot clock going down to 5 seconds. And those first couple, they were moving the ball well, and that's when they found their open passes and stuff like that. So I think they need to get back into that.
Brooks looking for help. Gives this one across to Stevens. Stevens, a line drive three. That's good. Tomas Stevens, the senior from Fayetteville, makes it a 9-point game for the Monarchs. Greensboro is just struggling defensively right now to stop what Methodist is throwing their way. Chudgar Benitez, right-hand side, or left-hand side, rather, no good. There's a putback from Roberts. That should look familiar for those of you that were here on Saturday.
Ryan Roberts, he's earned the new name for me. He's the putback in.
And you know, the interesting thing, if you heard the interview with him in the pregame show with Stephen Whitenhouse, he said, look, it wasn't my best game offensively, but I just knew I had to be, put myself in position to make a play when it counted, and he absolutely did.
Right place, right time.
Bullock gives it to Daniels deep in the right wing. Shot clock to 4. Stevens' three is blocked, and it's going to go to Brooks. Brooks is no good with the layup, though. Offensive board by Bullock is good on the putback, 21-12.
Tell you what, one of the things I mentioned in the pregame that Greensboro did well on Saturday was rebounded. They out-rebounded Methodist by just around 20 rebounds last time, and early on they're already getting out-rebounded 10-5 as Brooks on the break. Brooks goes up, and that layup will be good. Scores now 23-12.
Methodist pressing Greensboro here with an 11-point advantage over the Pride. And Gray calling the shots. Already a larger lead than what we saw on Saturday at any point, as that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Greensboro ball. Jeremiah Howard checks back in. Nigel Chivers also checking in. Greensboro with the big man back on the floor. They had a spark with him on the floor at the start of the game. We'll see if he brings that back out. Thorns gives it to Chivers in the left wing. Chivers passes to Howard. Howard on the baseline. He's fouled going up, and he goes down to the ground, grabbing at his shoulder, it seemed like. Now he gets back up. Yeah, Howard, right shoulder. He's trying to shake it out right now, and everybody here holding their breath. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And that one's no good.
Tell you what, student section definitely filling out.
A
lot of these seats in Haynes Gym starting to become occupied. We've got a game on our hands.
Greensboro trying to get back into it. Second free throw from Howard, also no good. And Stevens with the rebound. So Greensboro started 3 of 3 from the free throw line. They are since 0 for 3. Williams to Stevens. The left wing now back to Williams. 3 ball. No good off the back iron. That one poked out and is saved by Tomas Stevens. And a whistle. Coach McDuffie alerted the official to something, I think, about the shot clock, and they're trying to figure out.
I just want to give a shout-out to number 23, Deuce Rice, on that one. Just the shortest player on the floor at 5'6", and I saw him jump all the way up and tip that one, which ended up in an offensive rebound for Methodist.
Jalen Thorns knocks the inbound out of bounds and maintains possession, does Methodist, with 28 seconds left on the shot clock. Williams gives it to Stevens, now to Rice up top, back to Stevens. Pass down low to Bullock. Bullock turns around, the jumper is good, 25-12. Greensboro hasn't scored a basket in 2 minutes. Long feed to Jalen Thorns, baseline jumper, no good. Howard, though, offensive board and the putback for 2. Pride needed that. Still 11 points to make up, but you got to start somewhere. Up top to Williams, looking for a cutting Bullock. That jumper's off the mark. Howard with another rebound, already 4 for Jeremiah.
It's the way you stop runs, you just stack stops. They've stacked 2 on this.
Jackson is fouled on his way through the lane. DJ, one of the best free throw shooters in the USA South, ranks first in the conference in free throws attempted, ranks first in the conference in free throws made, ranks third in the conference in free throw percentage, but unfortunately for Greensboro, not a free throw situation yet. But you get a little bit closer by now the 4th team foul on the Monarchs. Chudgar Benitez, a floater in the lane, no good. Loose ball goes to Methodist the other way. That's Williams. Williams in the lane to O'Connor, blocked by Howard. Jeremiah Howard, a big block. Nigel Chivers is fouled by Connor, and a good defensive setup there for Greensboro. Maybe a little momentum for the green and white now.
Exactly. Now Monarchs up to 5 team fouls. College, once you get to 7, that's the bonus with still 8 minutes to go. A lot of free points on the board.
Monarchs to press. Also, O'Connor's already picked up 2 personals, so he could miss conceivably a good bit of the rest of the first half. He comes out now. Thorns to Chivers. Chivers spin move on Rice to cross the timeline. Now up top to Gregg. Drives right side of the baseline. Kicks it to Jackson. 3. That's no good. Rebound to Brooks. Brooks up ahead to Daniels. Daniels slings it on to Williams. Williams to Brooks at the lane, at the rim rather, lays it in. 27-14. Every time Greensboro inches closer, Methodist has an answer. How about Brooks right now? 6 points and 4 rebounds. That one no good from Chivers. Howard, though, saves the possession. Gives it to Thorns. Thorns puts it in at the rim.
What an effort from Howard there. Tips that one, dives to save it. Right to Thorns. Storm slams it home.
That's what you need in the postseason, is some high-effort guys, and Jeremiah Howard is giving Greensboro exactly what they hope for right now. Brooks over to the corner, and on the line was Stevens. It's another turnover. It'll be Greensboro ball when we come back. 7:04 to go. We've hit the under 8 here in the first round of the USA South Tournament. Greensboro trails 27-16 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. .704 to go first half here at Haynes Gym, and Jay-Sean, KJ Brooks has 8 points and 4 rebounds and 2 assists right now, doing a little bit of everything. How do you stop him if you're Greensboro?
Yeah, just a tough player to guard, a complete player, you know, projectable height. Kind of just maybe double him once he gets down low. He's also proven to shoot the mid-range, maybe switch up what you're doing defensively, but you got to keep an eye on him.
Another press for the Monarchs here. Chivers crossing the timeline. Long feed to Thorns. Saves it from going out of bounds, though, and Greensboro can set up the offense. Gray to Jackson. That's another guy Greensboro would love to get going. DJ with just 4 points right now, wanting to lob it down to Howard, but throws it into a double team, taken away by Brooks. Brooks in the lane, over Jackson. No good, but a foul. And DJ is going to be called for his second personal, team foul number 2.
Probably doing a great job in the first half of not fouling, only
Yeah.
their second foul so far this half.
Well, on Saturday at halftime, it was 33-33. Methodist looking like they're going to go past that. Greensboro's going to have to hustle to get there. First free throw good from Brooks. Vincent checks in for Jackson. Brooks has 9 points to lead all scorers. Could go to double figures here if he makes the free throw. And he does. Greensboro led by Jeremiah Howard with 5. It's another 13-point advantage for the Monarchs. Right now, their press is giving Greensboro some fits. Gray to Thorns. Thorns trying to find a way to get it down low to Howard. Instead, Greensboro has to settle to go around the perimeter. 3-ball Chivers. That's no good. Tipped by Thorns, but tips it right to Feed. But Chivers takes it away to Thorns. Thorns with a two-hand jam. The fourth Methodist turnover turns into a couple Greensboro points, and it's again an 11-point game.
Like you said, in the playoffs, you need effort plays. Chivers with another one right there. Another dunk for Thorns. Makes it a 11-point game.
Under 6 minutes to go. Daniels tries to go down low to Brown. Nice pass underneath. That's Trey Williams for 2 more. He's got 8 points. It's again 13. Thorns, nice spin move in the lane. Has it rejected back into the face of Daniels. Rice, nice pass to Fee. Fee loses it out of bounds. Greensboro ball. Ryan Roberts getting ready to check back in for the Pride. And he's going to go get Howard. First round tournament action here in the USA South. We'll have a full scoreboard for you, men's and women's, at the halftime break. Thorns gives this one off to Gray, now to Vincent deep in the right wing. 5:10 to go, first half. Roberts picks up the dribble, gives it to Thorns. Shot clock under 10 seconds. Gray on the left-hand side. Shot clock down to 5. Pulls up 3-ball. That's good. Give it to him, Will Gray. He's the only Greensboro player to hit from deep. The Pride are 2 of 8 today. Gray is 2 for 2.
Needed that one right there. Makes it a 10-point game. This is a huge defensive possession right here. Let's see what the Pride go to.
It's Williams going to the free throw line. Bullock kicks this out to Ron Jones in the left wing. Now across to Williams. Another 3. That one in and out. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Greensboro ball. Yeah, Methodist dominating the boards right now, 17-9. Chivers up ahead to Vincent with a little lob pass. Vincent stuck with a double team, trying to find some help. Slings this across. Will Gray is going to be the one to chase it down. Gray, left-hand side. Tough shot. Will Gray on the baseline. Pride trying to get a little momentum. They've cut the deficit to 8, coming up on 4:10 to go first half. This is Daniels. Up top to Williams. Slings it down to Brooks. Brooks trying to work around Gray. Good job from KJ Brooks. 2 more, and it's again a 10-point game. Again, a double team. This time Chivers fouled on the sideline. That's going to be the 6th, and KJ Brooks is going to pick up the foul. That'll take us to the under 4 media timeout. 3:53 to go in the first half, and Methodist leads it by 10, 33-23 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 3:53 to go in the first half. Greensboro trailing Methodist 33-23. And Jay Sean, before we get back to this one, women's basketball beginning their tournament about an hour and a half on the road against North Carolina Wesleyan. At halftime today, we're going to hear some of the thoughts of Coach Aaron Fernandez earlier today. Your thoughts on the women today?
Yeah, I think last time the women played Wesleyan, Bradford was big in that one, so I think she's going to be key. And I think they already beat them once. Got to have the confidence that you can do it again, especially one of the biggest stages in the playoffs.
Here's one of the things, though. Everett Gymnasium can be absolutely electric when it's packed. Greensboro has a young team. How can that youth handle the atmosphere there in Rocky Mount?
I mean, freshmen have done great leadership-wise. I think they'll carry that one and look to their leaders.
Turnover on the far sideline for Greensboro. Momentum had been going the Pride's way prior to that media timeout. Everything just kind of feels a little more subdued coming out of that break. Williams to Bullock, bounce pass to Daniels, tries to go down low to Brown. Nice pass down low to Jones, but he's going to be fouled by Jalen Thorns underneath the basket. First personal, team foul number 3. Ron Jones, a 60% free throw shooter this year. Methodist as a team shooting 75%. First free throw from Jones is good. I think for Greensboro at this point, you've got your whole game plan needs to be make it single digits by the time you get to halftime.
Exactly. You make it single digits. That's still still very in reach. So a couple good stops, a couple good offensive possessions, maybe force a couple turnovers. You make this a single digit game.
Both free throws from Jones are good. And so it's 35-23. Roberts having a hard time getting past the timeline. Finally gets it up ahead to Thorns. Thorns has it poked away. It's a turnover. Jones up ahead to Brooks. Brooks kicks it into the corner. Daniels, corner 3. That's no good off the side iron. Rebound, though, by Williams. Williams tries to get around Howard. That ball is knocked to DJ Jackson, and Greensboro on the run. Chudgar Benitez to Jackson. Left-hand side of the lane. Shot's no good, but DJ is fouled. Jackson will go to the line as Jones picks up the foul. That's the 7th team foul on Methodist. Well, they did a good job. We were talking about the rate in which Methodist was fouling early. It went long enough where now Greensboro's just getting into the bonus with under 3 minutes to go. You kind of lose that advantage.
Yeah, they had 5 with just about 8 minutes left, and they carried those fouls well. Now just in the bonus with 3 minutes to go, but still time for the Pride to capitalize on that.
Jackson banged home the first free throw. DJ's got 5 points. It's an 11-point gap between the Monarchs and the Pride.
Definitely a guy you want to get going.
Yes, sir. Second free throw is good, and usually it starts for DJ at the free throw line.
Exactly.
Makes them both, it's a 10-point game. Daniels with it. Calling the shots, working on Chudgar Benitez. Now gives it to Brooks in the right wing. 15 on the shot clock. Brooks dribbling with the left hand, kicks it out to Bullock. Bullock for 3, that swirls home. A 3 ball from Brian Bullock. And again, the press here for Methodist Greensboro is having a hard time trying to find an open lane. There's a whistle. And Greensboro didn't pass the timeline in time.
10-second violation is one of the worst things that can happen to you as a team. Just a complete momentum shifter. In this case, the momentum just keeps leading towards the Monarchs.
Methodist tries to build off a 13-point cushion. Omonte Daniels gives this one to Brooks. Brooks into the corner to Jones. Jones now drifting back outside the right wing, now trying to bob and weave his way in. Looking for a cutting Williams. Shot's no good at the buzzer, so Greensboro, I guess ultimately no harm, no foul, but you'd like to get a little more momentum on the offensive side of things. Pride kicking it around the perimeter right now. Here goes Jalen Thorns. Picks up the dribble, now to Chudgar Benitez, now to Roberts, in and out of the hands of Roberts. Another Greensboro turnover. just look at the body language of the Pride, just playing flat right now.
Flat is a good word.
94 seconds to go, first half. Jones with it now across to Williams. Slings this back to Jones for three. That's no good. And saved by Brown, goes to Bullock. Bullock steps back outside the arc, now to Jones. Up top to Daniels. Daniels dribbling with the right hand. Shot clock back into single digits. We have 1 minute to go, first half. Jones trying to back down Chudgar Benitez. Turns the jumper, no good. Another offensive board. One on the shot clock, but he didn't get it off in time. So Greensboro ball with 54 seconds left.
Got to imagine the Pride are going to look for a quick score and a stop here. 13-point game. You can still cut it to a single-digit game by halftime.
Points off turnovers go 12-8 for Methodist right now. Chudgar Benitez gives it to Jalen Thorns. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Pass to Jackson was almost tipped away. DJ with the left hand, pull-up jumper, no good, but Thorns jams it home. Jalen Thorns trying to get the crowd riled up here before halftime. About 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
Man, is that a way to do it.
Now think if they can get a stop here and maybe one late bucket. Get a little momentum going into the break. Methodist trying to make sure that doesn't happen and bleed off all the time they can. Brooks again dribbling left hand. That's been successful for him today. Shot clock at 5. Pulls up for 3. That's good. KJ Brooks, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Jackson for 3 is short. That'll take us to halftime. 41-27 your score on the first round here between Methodist and Greensboro College. We'll step aside and we'll break it down for you when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Halftime here at Haynes Gym in the first round of the USA South Men's Tournament. Greensboro trailing Methodist 41-27. Kendrick Fruits, Jay-Sean Ayala here. Jay-Sean, a lot to unpack here in the first half, but I think when you look at the numbers, at least for me, it starts with KJ Brooks. Obviously the 15 points, but the thing I'm seeing is when he's looking to score, he creates shot opportunities. When he's looking to pass, he's just being able to find really tight windows. He's just doing everything offensively for Methodist right now.
Exactly. He's doing a little bit of everything well, and as you said, when he's not looking to score, he's looking to pass. He's looking for the open lane, and even crashing the boards. He's got 5 rebounds already, 4 assists. He's just having a complete game. Question is, how do you stop him?
Absolutely. How do you stop? And I think that's that and a little bit of soul searching going on in the Greensboro College locker room right now. As unless they find a way to come out with a big second half, their season ends here tonight. For the Pride, obviously a good start to the game, but really after that first media timeout, things changed in a hurry. And I think one thing that I saw from that, Methodist made in-game adjustments. A lot of times I feel like Greensboro is really good at halftime adjustments, so we'll see what happens. But I think sometimes maybe a little bit behind on the in-game adjustments.
Exactly. Half of the game is making adjustments at halftime, and we'll see what the Pride do. But as you said, the Monarchs were doing in-game adjustments. You know, after that first media timeout, they started being more aggressive at half court in terms of their trap, and that's led to them forcing 8 turnovers. And they're winning the turnover battle right now, not by much, but still winning it, and they're capitalizing off those turnovers, points off turnover going their way 12-10. So, you know, they're making adjustments, they're capitalizing, they're doing what they need to do. It's going to take some adjustments from the Pride. It's going to take some, as you said, soul searching. It's going to take some energy.
Well, let's take a look at what else is going on around the USA South right now, and that's nothing on the men's side. Mary Baldwin in Southern Virginia tip-off at 7:30 today. Pfeiffer in North Carolina Wesleyan got the first round buys. On the women's side of things, a 5:30 start to their tournament today as Methodist traveled to Buena Vista to take on Southern Virginia. Right now with 3:10 to go in the third quarter, the Knights lead at 48-28. Elsewhere in the first round, Pfeiffer leading William Peace 33-20. And Meredith on the road at halftime, a 30-29 lead on Brevard right now. So the Avenging Angels looking for the first upset of the tournament. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to hear from Coach Fernandez ahead of Greensboro getting things tipped off. The Pride travel to Rocky Mount to take on North Carolina Wesleyan with a tip-off here in less than 20 minutes. So that's coming up here on the halftime show. Greensboro College trailing against Methodist at the break, 41-27 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. Well, we've reached halftime here in the men's first round tournament action between Greensboro College and Methodist, which means that the women's game is about a little less than a half hour away from getting started. So I'm joined now by head coach Aaron Fernandez a little bit earlier on in the day. We pre-recorded this before they left, obviously. Coach, first off, congratulations on being 2 for 2 on making it to the tournament, and just kind of walk us through the way that your season ended, at least your regular season ended.
Yeah, I mean, we played much better after Christmas. I think statistically and everything, it was much better after Christmas. Sometimes it takes a young team. We've talked about this all year. We have a very young team. It takes you some time to figure things out. I think all things considered, being as young as we were with some of the key injuries that we suffered throughout the year, I was very pleased. I was pleased with the way we ended. We ended up leapfrogging from 7 to 6 at the end of the year with that win on senior day. So, yeah, I think, overall was a great way to end the year. And now we go into the postseason, and next step is to try to win a postseason game.
Well, let's break this down a little bit here. Against North Carolina Wesleyan, you guys took one from them here at home, a really good game that I don't think anybody really saw you guys coming out on top, and you played great. Then one over at their place that didn't go quite as well. So kind of just what stands out from those two matchups as far as what you guys need to do today?
Yeah. Well, the first game, our press just wasn't effective. Our press is the lifeblood of everything we do. If anyone has watched us play, like, we pretty much press the entire game, right? So we kind of come and go as our press comes and goes. When they played here, the difference was our press was firing on all cylinders. We were rotating well. We're communicating well. Our offense kind of sputtered out a little bit. I think it was one of our lowest scoring games of the year. It was definitely not the type of game we want to play in terms of the scoring piece, but defensively, we just gave them a lot of fits. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be the key to tonight's game. If our press is on fire tonight and we're locked in on that end, we have a really good chance.
One thing that I noticed from that Wesleyan game, it felt like there was a little tug and pull at the beginning as far as you guys wanted to speed things up. They wanted to slow things down. Once they kind of gave in and said, all right, we got to go with match them, they couldn't in terms of energy. And it just kind of felt like Wesleyan got a little bit out of rhythm. Is that kind of something you guys want to continue to do today, is try to get them out of their game into yours?
Yeah, and that's the purpose of the press, right? Like we have different counters and calls out of our press that we use to try to keep teams off balance. And I think it is really hard to play a game. Like, we're special to prepare for also, right? Like, no one else in our league does what we do. So you have to change everything that you're doing when you play us, and that's part of the goal. So yeah, I mean, tonight it's a battle of two different styles. If our press can do what it's supposed to do and take them out of rhythm, then that's a huge advantage for us.
Coach, Everett Gymnasium can be a rowdy place, and with a bye for the men's team today, obviously expecting it to be packed, you've got a young team. How do you handle that?
Yeah, road games have been quite a roller coaster for us. It is difficult as a young team to go on the road. It throws your rhythm off. Obviously, you're sitting on a bus for a few hours. You're cramped up in there or whatever. So, we try not to talk too much about that, though. Again, wherever we go, and whoever we play, our game plan always remains the same. So we try to keep it simple that way. But all we've really talked about is just that it's a great opportunity as a building block for a rebuilding program. We already doubled our win total from last year, so a huge step forward. Now, just kind of icing on the cake for us would be to see how many conference tournament wins we can get. So whether we're on the road or home, the next goal is just to get a win.
Well, Coach, thank you so much and good luck tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Women's basketball in the USA South first round against North Carolina Wesleyan. That's beginning on the Battling Bishop Sports Network here, coming up at the top of the hour. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Two and a half minutes left in the break. Methodist leading Greensboro 41-27 here in the opening round of the USA South Men's Basketball Tournament this year. Why don't we take a look at some of the numbers from the first half. Individually for the Monarchs, KJ Brooks leading the way with 15 points, 9 for Bullock, 8 for Williams, and 4 for O'Connor, 3 for Stevens, and 2 for Jones. Leading rebounder is Brooks with 5, 4 for Williams, 2 each for Daniels, Fee, O'Connor, and Bullock. Stevens has 3. Leading assisters, Williams and Brooks both with 4, 1 each for Bullock and Stevens. 3 steals for Brooks, doing everything for Methodist right now. 1 each for Stevens and Williams, and Daniels with the lone block. As a team, Methodist shooting 48% from the floor, 45% from 3, and a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Comparatively, Methodist leading the rebound battle 20-13, including 8 on the offense that they have turned into 4 points. Greensboro 5 offensive boards they have turned into 8 points. Assists go 10-5 to the Monarchs. Turnovers 8 for Greensboro, 6 for Methodist. Bench points go 14-6 to the Monarchs. Blocks 2-1 to the Pride. Fast breaks 10-6 to Methodist. Steals 5-2 to Methodist. Points off turnovers 12-10 to Methodist. Points in the paint 16-14. Another narrow advantage for the Monarchs as well. Greensboro shooting 40% from the floor, 25% from 3, 0% if you're not named Will Gray, and 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Individually for the Pride, 8 points for Gray, 6 each for Jackson and Thorns, 5 for Howard, and 2 for Roberts. Rebound leader is Howard with 5, 2 each with Roberts and Jackson, 1 for Thorns, Chivers, and Sutton. 2 assists for Roberts, 1 each for Gray, Jackson, and Chivers, 1 steal each for Roberts and Chivers, and 1 block each from Howard and Jackson. All adds up to a 41-27 lead for Methodist at the break. As we bring Jayshawn Ayala back in here. Jayshawn, it's funny, you look at some of the numbers, and obviously you see your shots and you see the shooting percentages are vastly different. But you look down the column at some of the things and you say, they're not really separated by that much in a lot of categories.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, three-point percentage, no, they definitely are separated in that one. But, I mean, field goal percentage only 8% off. You know, you really would think it's a closer game, but just got to clean some things up, maybe switch what you're doing defensively. But still a lot of game to play.
A lot of game to play indeed. 20 minutes rather, put back on the clock. And we're getting ready to roll again. KJ Brooks averaged 14.5 points in the 2 games against Greensboro in the regular season. He's well already past that. On pace for a 30-point game here today. Methodist will start the second half with possession. And we're underway. Again, thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us here at Haynes Gym for the opening round action of the USA South Tournament. Somebody goes home today. Right now, Methodist is king of the hill. Williams with it, dumps it off to O'Connor. That jumper no good. Jackson soars for the rebound. But the Pride can start the second half with a little bit of a run here. Jackson kicks it out to Vincent. Vincent, 3-ball. No good. Rebound, offensive board to Howard. There's a foul, and it's going to be on O'Connor, who picks up his 3rd foul. O'Connor with a foul, 34 seconds in.
I believe that's his 3rd, too.
Yeah. Maybe something worth watching as we go deeper and deeper into the second half. Gray gives it off to Roberts. Roberts slings it into the left wing to Vincent. Now across to Jackson, up top now to Gray. Gray in the right wing, now to Jackson. Greensboro continues to sling it around the perimeter. 8 seconds on the shot clock. It's Ryan Roberts in the right wing, hands it off to Jackson. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, long 2 from Jackson, no good. Roberts had the board, lost it, and it goes to O'Connor. A.J. Brooks slings it to Bullock. Bullock for 3, that's no good, dies off the front iron. And minute 15 seconds in, nobody has scored. Gray to Jackson. Jackson drives left-hand side. Shot is good. A tough shot through contact for DJ Jackson. Makes it an 11-point game.
Classic DJ Jackson bucket right there.
You said it.
Needs to be a huge second half from him.
Largest deficit Greensboro has overcome to win this year is 14 points. That's what it was at the break. Brown pulls up. That one no good off the front iron, and Howard with a rebound. Wouldn't hurt if Brooks got cold in the second half either. 5 of 7 shooting in the first half. That jumper from DJ, good. DJ Jackson on a little personal 4-0 run, and less than 2 minutes in, Methodist going to have to burn a timeout. That'll take us to the bonus break with Greensboro having cut it to 10, 41-31 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. $18:04 to go in somebody's season. 31-41 the score. Again, women's basketball against Rocky Mount begins in about 2 minutes, so we'll give you updates on that one as well. Starting lineup, by the way, Redmond, Stewart, Ruano, Carr, and Bradford. Daniels gives it to Bullock. We're underway out of the timeout. Back to Daniels. A little light pressure there by Will Gray as Daniels crosses the timeline. To Bullock deep in the wing, bothered by Vincent, now to Brooks. Looking for a cutting Williams. They were not on the same page. Brooks says, hey, stay there next time. Greensboro, though, says it's a turnover this time. I think another thing for Greensboro, a key to their success in the second half, somebody not named Will Gray has to find the three-point shot. It would be good if Gray could continue to do a Gray mid-range jumper. That one no good. Thorns is fouled. He was pushed as he was going up for the rebound, and it'll be Brooks picking up his second. I thought that Thorns misjudged or mistimed the jump, but maybe bailed out a little bit there.
Yeah, I thought the same there, but I talk a lot about stacking stops you got to capitalize off, and this is a chance right here.
Jackson slings that one, looking for Gray. It was tipped, so Gray can go back into the backcourt and get it with no penalty. Jackson, again, a mid-range jumper. That one in and out. And a defensive rebound. Daniels slings it across to Brooks. Scoring is 4-0 Greensboro in the second half, 3 minutes deep. Daniels working to his left. Now to the right. Slings it down low to O'Connor. O'Connor gets it up and in over Thorns, 43-31. Yariel Chudgar Benitez to Thorns. No Jeremiah Howard here to start the second half. There's a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be on Will Gray. Gray picks up his first personal, team foul number 2. Check that, team foul number 1 here in the second half. Daniels driving, now gives it out to Williams. Williams left-hand side of the lane, tries to work up and over Roberts. Good and one. Tough shot from Williams. Got the contact, flung the ball up, got it to go. 45-31, and a chance for a three-point play for Williams, who joins Brooks in double figures.
Not a tougher finish than when you're falling down. I mean, he took the contact, starts falling backwards, throws it up, goes right in. He's got a chance for a three-point play.
Trey Williams, number 2 scorer for the Monarchs during the regular season at 13.1 points per game. A 73.5% free throw shooter, as good as gold here in the USA South, and it's good. Nigel Chivers trying to work on Williams now. And there's a foul called on Brooks, which will be his 3rd. Now that's an interesting development, Jay Sean. Brooks has now picked up 3 fouls. We have 16 minutes to go.
That's 2 Methodist starters now with 3. O'Connor also has 3. And now that's a very fast 3 team fouls in this half, just 4 minutes in. So see how the Pride capitalize on that.
So they continue to be aggressive offensively. Thorns had it, lost it, goes back in. That one rolls around the rim, no good. And a foul. Jalen Thorns will be called. That'll be his 2nd personal. Yeah, this could be a second half that sees both teams go into the free throw line a bunch as we go down the stretch. Takes us to the under 16 timeout. It is at 16 exactly. 46-31 your score in favor of Methodist on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Minutes to go. Greensboro down 46-31 against Methodist, and Greensboro jumps out to a 4-0 advantage in the second half. Well, now it's 5-4 Methodist.
Yeah, one of the things they did well on Saturday was rebound, and continuing in here into the second half, still getting out rebounded, 23-16. Interested to see what Coach McDuffie goes personnel-wise down the stretch here in the second half.
Just underway, and Rocky Mount score is 2-2 in the early going. Methodist with it to come out of that timeout. Daniels almost lost it, working on Yariel Chudgar Benitez. Now to O'Connor underneath the basket. Roberts quickly gets there to help. That one by Fee, no good. The tip is in by Bullock. That was like a volleyball putback. Didn't really ever have possession of it. 48-31. Thorns gives to Jackson. Greensboro hosted a postseason game 2 seasons ago, but then you have to go all the way back to 2012, the last time there was a home game here at Haynes Gym. Nigel Chivers, shots no good. Couldn't get it off before the buzzer anyways. It's another turnover.
Methodist continuing the smothering defense, as you said, into the second half. I mean, not a lot of open passes. The lanes really aren't there. They're doing a great job on the defensive end.
15-11 to go. Williams to Daniels. Now to Mike Fee on the far side. Back to Daniels up top. Chudgar Benitez playing some pretty solid defense. Runs into the screen of O'Connor now. Williams thought about a 3. Now steps inside the arc. Pulls up. Long 2, no good. O'Connor offensive board, but taken away by Chudgar Benitez. Pride needed that takeaway. Jackson bounced past to Thorns to the baseline. Nice move to get around O'Connor and lays it home. Jalen Thorns has 8. This one kicked outside to Fee. Tries to work on Thorns. Thorns trying to poke it free. Fee gives it out to Daniels. Daniels to the right. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Backs outside the three-point arc, now to Williams. Williams drives right side of the lane to O'Connor. Little floater good, 50-33. Teams just trading baskets right now. Does Greensboro zero favors. Methodist would be content to trade baskets. Jackson to Chudgar Benitez. Now to Jackson. The Chivers three ball. That's no good. Offensive board though. Yariel Chudgar Benitez puts it in left hand, 50-35.
Just snuck right in there. He came all the way from out by the elbow. Perfect timing for the putback.
Greensboro's not had an issue making baskets in the second half. The problem has been being able to stack them with stops. That one pushed in by O'Connor, 52-35. That pass down low, looking for Jackson, but a whistle called, or a whistle blown rather. And did they call a foul there? I didn't see.
Yeah, they called a kickball, I believe.
So Greensboro with it, 20 seconds on the clock. Chudgar Benitez to Shamari Johnson. First time we've said his name today. Johnson is fouled there by Williams. Williams is going to pick up his first personal. You know, that's an interesting case there in Johnson. You want to talk about a guy who has not gotten a ton of playing time, but 2 games ago for Shamari, a career-high 13 points. This one kicked out to Johnson. Johnson trying to back down Williams. Gets a little separation and drains it. 52-37. And Tomas Stevens trying to work on Yariel Chudgar Benitez. A senior being guarded by a freshman. Slings it across to Brooks in the left wing. Brooks down low to O'Connor, and O'Connor is fouled underneath the backboard. Jeremiah Howard going to be called for the foul. Howard came out to be part of a double team there with Brooks, and it allowed O'Connor to kind of sneak back there. And I think that foul was Jeremiah Howard trying to play catch-up to get back underneath.
Yeah, I thought Howard just almost missed the perfect timing there, just a step behind. If he was there a step earlier, that's a block, not a foul. And that'll send O'Connor to the line.
O'Connor, one of 4 Monarchs in double figures already. Free throw no good. Sean O'Connor, 90% from the free throw line during the regular season, 10 out of 11. Doesn't get there a ton, but he makes it count.
Just an instance of quality over quantity.
Second free throw is good, 53-37, 12:30 to play. Chivers with the left hand, floater to Samari Johnson. Had to gather it. Now to Jackson. Offensively, it's been really spread out for the Pride today. Sometimes you love that, but nobody's taken over for Greensboro either. There's a whistle, an off-ball foul called, and it's going to be on Bullock, picking up his second, and that is the 5th team foul for the Monarchs. Chivers to Johnson. Johnson's pass to Jackson, almost taken away by Brooks. Jackson again pulls up from the corner, or from the end of the free throw line, gets it to go, 53-39.
Classic DJ Jackson basket right there. Just quick hezzy, stop and pull up for the mid-ranger.
That one taken away. Here goes Shamari Johnson. It's a 3-on-1 for the Pride. Johnson, the shot is no good, but a foul called. We'll see who the foul is on. It's going to be on Bullock again. That'll be his 3rd personal, team foul number 6, and that'll take us to the under 12 timeout. 53-39 your score. Back to a 14-point deficit on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 11:48 to go. Greensboro with 4 freshmen on the floor. Jackson, Johnson, Chudgar Benitez, Sutton, and Nigel Chivers.
Definitely an interesting time to do it, to say the least. But, I mean, Coach McDuffie sees something in these freshmen. They're here to lead the future of this program. This is a great time to have them, to give them some of that playoff experience in front of the home crowd. So I don't mind this decision from Coach McDuffie.
Well, not only that, actually, Chudgar Benitez is a sophomore, transfer from Dean College. But the other thing, too, and I've said this before, Jay Sean, a few times, by the time you get into February, you say you're playing like your next year now. So you expect your freshmen to play like sophomores. You expect your sophomores to play like juniors. So at this point, nobody really has freshmen on their team anymore.
Exactly.
Shamari Johnson from the free throw line, where he is 17 for 27 this year, 63%, and a timeout taken. We're going to go ahead and keep it here for the moment. Check in from Rocky Mount. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Pride leading it 10-7. 5 points from Lindsey Redmond, 3 from Simpkins, and 2 from Carly Effler, who's returned to the lineup today. So good to see her back in action here come tournament time. Greensboro with an early lead on the Battle in Bishops.
Wow, yeah, big to get her back, and not a better time to get her back than the playoffs. Saw her a little bit early on in the year. Great to hear her back in the lineup and back on the floor.
Well, back here at Haynes Gym, Pride shooting 50% in the second half, which is great. Problem is, Methodist is also shooting 50%.
Yeah, as you were saying, I mean, this late into the game, still chasing that 14-point lead. You cannot be trading buckets. So a good stop right there by Johnson with the steal. You kind of got to stack those.
So after that timeout, we'll see what Greensboro draws out or draws up. Feels like a little bit of a delay here. I'm not sure if something's going on over there at the Greensboro sideline.
Kind of seems like Methodist called that timeout to ice the freshman, I guess, to use a football term. A lot of time between the foul and the free throws.
So Johnson, again, we said a 63% free throw shooter. Free throw good. 53 to 40. Second one, no good. Johnson, though, with his own miss, goes up. Shot's no good, but a foul.
Kind of looked like a calculated miss there from Johnson. Missed it just to the left, and he broke right for that right away. Gets the rebound, sends himself right back to the line.
So Johnson again from the free throw line. First one, no good. Second free throw coming, and good. So Johnson, 1 of 2. It is a 12-point game with 11:46 to go. Greensboro is in the bonus for the majority of the second half, so that's a plus for the Pride. Chudgar Benitez almost took that away from Brooks. Now down low to Bullock. Foul on Sutton. Bullock will go to the line. E.J. Sutton picks up his first personal. Kind of felt like a reactive defense there from Greensboro, trying to play catch up to the passing of Methodist instead of anticipating it.
Exactly, just a step behind there. Sutton leaves his feet. That's going to be a foul every time, but he did a good job keeping his hands up. But for a lot of refs, once you leave your feet, they're going to call that one.
Bullock's free throw is good. Second is as well. 55 to 41. Jackson spin move to cross the timeline. Now driving left hand, trying to force his way up left side of the lane. Shot is good and one. DJ Jackson forcing something out of nothing. Bullock will pick up the foul. That will be his 4th. And Jackson with a chance for the three-point play. Look at Nigel Chivers' face. He can't believe it.
Isn't that huge? Chance for a three-point play here, make it an 11-point game. You're in the bonus. Still 2 fouls to give. You're in a good position to set yourself up for a comeback.
Free throw is good, 55 to 44. It's an 11-point game. A little bit of pressure here by the Pride. Chivers. Now here comes Williams getting around Johnson. Shot's no good, but Shamari Johnson now going to be called for the foul, and Williams will go to the line. Now Greensboro has committed 6. There's going to be a lot of free throws coming down the stretch here, Jay Sean.
Yeah, it's going to be probably the longest 11 minutes of your life.
Methodist is 10 of 11 from the stripe today, including 4 out of 5 in the second half. That's their only miss. Free throw good, 56-44. Williams has 12. Second free throw is good. 57-44. Well, 2 Methodist players have 3 fouls. 1 has 4. Greensboro has nobody with more than 2. 11 minutes to go. Pride down 13. They've trailed by as many as 17. Again, their largest deficit overcome this year is 14. Chudgar Benitez left baseline, up top to Johnson now. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Johnson. It was ricocheted. Shamari with it. Floater in the lane is no good. Loose ball in the lane goes to Williams the other way. Long feed up ahead to Brooks. Brooks in the lane, shot no good. And a foul called on Jackson. Kind of messy there.
Yeah, just like that. That pushes Methodist into the bonus now. Fouls are just about even at 8-7. So, as you said, definitely a lot of free throws coming up.
For Jackson, that will be, it looks like they're going to give the foul to Chivers, which will be his first. And the first free throw is no good. Well, if you're Greensboro, you'll take that because you'd rather have Chivers pick up his first than Jackson get his third.
Right.
Brown's second, or Brooks rather, second is good. 58-44. 10.5 to go. Chudgar Benitez to Chivers. Chivers to Stevens, or trying to get around Stevens. They're playing catch. Chivers and Chudgar Benitez. Now to Johnson down low. Shamari Johnson, no good. Tip back by Sutton, no good. And he's stripped on the way up. And the foul will be called on Stevens. That'll be his second. Methodist bench wanted a goaltend on that putback from Sutton. Free throw, no good from E.J. Sutton. Second free throw, also no good. O'Connor with the rebound. Loose ball, though. It was knocked out by Johnson, but Johnson picks up the foul. Free throws coming the other way for O'Connor. Shamari picks up his second personal, 10:15 to go.
It's going to take a huge string of stops here to make this one in reach. 10 minutes left to go, both in the bonus. It's going to take some clean basketball from the Pride here these last 10 minutes and 15 seconds.
O'Connor's free throw is good. He's got 12. He is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Substitutions here. Thorns and Gray come in. Chudgar Benitez and Chivers come out. Second free throw for O'Connor is good, 60-44. Johnson's pass, a turnover, but Gray saved it for a moment. Daniels, though, takes it underhand pass up ahead to Williams, back to Daniels. Halfway through half number 2. Stevens working to his right on Sutton. Fancy footwork there from Tomas Stevens. Now to Daniels, slings it back up to Stevens. 7 on the shot clock. Stevens now driving right around Shamari Johnson. I think Thorns might have got a hand on that one. And now Greensboro on the run. Jackson through the lane, kicks it out to Gray. Gray for 3, give it to him. Will Gray hits his third 3 of the game. He's 3 for 3. The rest of the team is 0 for 7.
Will Gray, not known as the most spot-up shooter, but 3 of 3 in this one. He's got this team rolling.
O'Connor gives it to Daniels, now to Stevens. Greensboro has cut it to 13. Stevens trying to get away from Jackson, runs into Gray, now passes it down low to O'Connor. Tries to back down Sutton. O'Connor's shot is good. Great look there for O'Connor. Now here comes Thorns on the run. Jalen Thorns in the lane. Hop, skip, and a jump. In and out. O'Connor with a rebound. Brooks to Stevens. Pull-up jumper, no good, off the front iron. Jackson corrals the board. 3-on-3. Pass up ahead to Shamari Johnson. Johnson, nice job letting Daniels run by. He'll lay it in with the right hand. .13 game, 8:20 to go.
Johnson's giving the Pride a good couple minutes. He's got 7 minutes in the game, 6 points. Good work from the freshman.
Like you said a moment ago, Jay-Sean, freshman getting some good experience here in this one. Williams lost the handle for a minute, out to Stevens, now to O'Connor. And O'Connor hits from the free throw line. 17 points for Sean O'Connor.
What a day for the big man. 17 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Can't ask for a more productive day from your center.
Jackson tries to back him down, now lays it in from underneath the bucket. 64-51, long outlet up ahead to Williams. Williams lays it up and in, so Methodist just answering the other side. 66-51, teams just trading buckets. Jackson, mid-range jumper, too strong, and Brooks with a rebound. DJ just 5 of 11 shooting. He's got 17 points to tie O'Connor for the game high. Here is Brooks in the lane, good and one. KJ Brooks walking down the far side and gets contact there. Jalen Thorns, the guilty party. That takes us to the under 8 timeout. 68-51 Methodist looking to advance to the semifinals on the USA South, or in the USA South tournament here on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Greensboro College. Greensboro College. To Greensboro College. To Greensboro College.
.704 to go, 68-51. Methodist lead, free throws coming. Check on the women's game early in the second quarter. It's 19-18. We also found out, by the way, Carly Effler is not playing. That is a clerical error, so we don't know who that is. But those 2 points attributed to her are not her.
Okay. Hopefully she's recovering well, though.
I saw her earlier today. Kinsley Stewart was shooting, and Effler was standing under the basket, just kind of corralling any wayward caroms. Free throw good by Brooks. He's got 19. 69-51. Final 7 minutes left in Greensboro's season unless they go on a magic run. Nope, there's a turnover by Vincent. To Brooks, to Daniels. And Bullock thought about a three. I think Methodist already going to try to start slowing this down a little bit. Daniels up top to Williams. Now to Jones. Jones back to Daniels. 5 on the shot clock. Brooks trying to work on Chivers. Pulls up. Shot's good. And a foul on Chivers. 20-point game, Jay Sean. I think you about put this one to bed, but you know, I think it allows you to kind of look big picture and say, hey, you know, this team doubled their wins total from last year, and a lot of young talent on this team. And as far as the senior class goes, I mean, you hate to lose a guy like Roberts as the free throw is good, but you're bringing back a lot next year.
Exactly. As you said, you know, Roberts, I guess you could say the only senior in the rotation that really gets minutes, so you're returning a lot of this team. DJ Jackson, top 3 in the conference in scoring. He'll be back next year.
His senior year next year.
His senior year, looking for a great senior year.
3 from Roberts, no good. Jackson, no offensive board, good.
You bring Vincent back. You possibly bring Will Gray back. There's a lot to look forward to for next year.
I think if you get a healthy Jeremiah Howard as a junior, a healthy Q Ingram next year. You mentioned Gray, if Jalen Thorne stays healthy. Health is really the biggest I don't even want to say question mark. It's the biggest thing that's going to hurt this team next year because they have the talent as Brooks misses a layup at the rim. Jackson on the run to Roberts. Roberts kicks it out to Vincent, now to Chivers, to Gray. Will Gray on the baseline, goes up, shot's good. Greensboro cuts it to 17.
As we were talking about injuries, one of the main pieces from this team, Najee Stroman, early on, is a foul called on Will Gray there. That'll send Brooks to the line, but Najee Stroman early on, averaging just around 15 points, a lot of rebounds, team's leading rebounder when he was in. It's a piece you lost early on. That would have been a piece you could use in a time like this, a big-time forward.
Absolutely. Well, I think all that is to say, you know, coming into Saturday's game, as the free throw is good, coming into Saturday's game, Greensboro wasn't even supposed to be in a host position anyways, so I think safe to say this team exceeded expectations this year.
No doubt. I mean, as you said, going into Saturday in 6th and then jumping all the way up, it's 4th with Saturday's win. Put yourself in a home playoff game, just the second since 2012. Huge step forward for the program.
Methodist will snap a 3-game losing streak to Greensboro. Will snap a losing streak that ended their regular season as well with the victory here today. Pass down low to Williams, now to Brooks, and they work it around the outside. Under 5 minutes to play. Williams gets it to Brooks, back to Williams. Shot is no good. Chivers with the rebound. And we'll see if it's let the kids play here for the Pride here in the rest of the 4:40 remaining. That one out of bounds, Greensboro ball. Yariel Chudgar Benitez checks back in. He had a couple big games this year too. The sophomore transfer from Dean College. You know, I think one of the big things with the shot clock down at 3, Chudgar Benitez 4-3, no good, put back from Jackson. I think one of the big things too, I mean, Coach McDuffie's a very, very smart guy. He'll go into this offseason with a plan, and I think you'll see from a more veteran team next year that they know where their shortcomings were this year, and I think you'll see those become strengths next year.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, second year, you bring all your guys back that you recruited. Definitely looking forward to it.
And I think they're stretching this to a full. This might be our final media timeout. 4:06 to go, 74-57. Methodist on their way to the second round on the Greensboro College Sports Network. College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one pride, and these are our stories. .406 to go. And Methodist is just putting the finishing touches on their way to the second round of the USA South tournament. Greensboro will once again see their season end in the first round. Nice block there by Jalen Thorns. It goes out of bounds. Greensboro ball, last touched by Williams. I think for Greensboro here, just want to finish strong. Both teams shooting 50%. But for the Pride, I think it's all about just ending the year on a good note. You want to have, you're not going to have a good taste in your mouth coming out of today's game, but you can get something out of nothing, and Jalen Thorns will with a big three.
Exactly. Just build whatever momentum you can going into 2027.
Bullock loses the handle. Here comes Chudgar Benitez. Now to Thorns, tiptoeing down the sideline. Thorns contested shot, no good. Loose ball in the lane, goes back to Thorns. Thorns puts it back up and in. Good run for the Pride, but still probably too little too late.
What a pleasant surprise here. Thorns getting pretty decent minutes here. He's got 11.
Under 3 to go. And there is a foul that's going to be on Chudgar Benitez. That is the 12th foul for Greensboro. And it's crazy because we talked about how frequent the fouls were coming at the very beginning. Somehow both of these teams most likely getting out of this game with nobody fouling out.
Insane.
Free throws coming here for Daniels, who is not attempted a free throw today, and in fact has not scored today. Omonte Daniels averaging 5 points a game, now has 1. Well, we said Greensboro needed to hit some threes. They didn't really today. We said they needed to get to the free throw line. They've not really done that either. When they have, it's been a 50-50 as to whether or not they make the free throws. So just not the way you draw it up if you're Greensboro. But for Methodist, you got to give them credit. They spread out the offense. You know that Brooks is going to be the big scorer as Jackson lays that in. But the secondary and tertiary guys do. O'Connor has a big day. Williams has a big day. And you got to give Methodist credit. They came out hungry after Saturday's game.
Yeah, I think what kind of hurt them on Saturday, O'Connor didn't really have his best game offensively. A lot of the scoring was left on Brooks' shoulders. And when you split up and let O'Connor get hot, this Methodist team can be hard to guard or match up against.
Williams in the lane, loses the handle, gets it back, now gives it to O'Connor down low, and the hook is good. That's been a problem for Greensboro all year, that little hook in the lane. We saw Doug Smith from Pfeiffer dominate Greensboro with that exact same shot this year. Johnson, 3, too strong, into the waiting arms of Brooks. 2 minutes to go. And a foul on Shamari Johnson. That'll be Johnson's 3rd. Well, sullen faces in the crowd, but credit to the Greensboro College student section. They're toughing it out.
Definitely brave in the storm.
Methodist, that is their 18th free throw attempted this half. They are 16 out of 18 in the second half after being a perfect 6 for 6 in the first half. Both free throws good, 80-64.
And as a coach at halftime, you look at what you're doing well, 6 of 6 from the free throw in the first half, and they say, you know what, let's go to the line of the second. 15 of 17 in the second as a team for Methodist.
Thorns shot no good. Foul, though, on Williams. That'll be his second. Jalen Thorns goes to the line. Again, you talked about it earlier about the fact that he's having a very good day. And in fact, one free throw here, which he makes, and he has tied his career high in points with 14.
Definitely a piece you can look forward to. Listed as a guard, but can kind of play all the way through the forward with his height and wingspan.
And, I could kind of see him transitioning into that role that Ryan Roberts had this year.
No doubt.
Pass down low to Williams, lays it in. Because remember, we've talked about it before, when Roberts was at UMO, he was a guard that could hit the three. They didn't ask him to do that a lot here, but somebody like Thorns can take the shot as he misses that three. 90 seconds to go. Methodist up ahead, and Williams fakes the three. They're going to wind this clock down. They can take it down to a minute. Stevens loses the handle, somehow gets back up. Shot clock down to 6. And shot's no good. O'Connor's tip is no good either. Greensboro with what might be their final possession of the year. Jackson at the lane, no good, gets his own miss, puts it back in. And if that's it, it's only fitting that DJ Jackson scored the bucket. Although there is a chance based on the shot clock differential that Greensboro could get another possession.
Do want to give a shout out to DJ Jackson. What a year, man. I mean, finished third in scoring. Great free throw shooter, great leader of this team.
Next year, very likely will join the 1,000-point club. Jumper is no good. Shivers with it. Greensboro's going to have one last shot. Thorns, right-hand side. Shot's no good. A foul called on Williams. Yeah, DJ Jackson, after tonight, will be at 761 points. He'll be at 729 points. But a year like he had this year, even last year, where he scored 297, that'll get him to the 1,000 club.
Exactly, man. He's well on his way there. Great year from him. Great career so far. Just embodiment of a great guard. Does all things well.
Absolutely.
Love to see the future for him. Excited to see the future for him.
He's going to take on more of a leadership role next year, too. Free throws good from Thorns. And the final 8 seconds tick off. It's loud in the gym. Methodist fans that made the trip, the Methodist bench celebrating. The Greensboro faithful quiet as Haynes Gym will go dark for the final time in 2025-26. Final score, Methodist wins it 82-70. The Monarchs advance to the second round of the USA South Tournament. Post-game show when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Postgame show here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Methodist eliminates Greensboro with an 82-70 win today. Jay Sean, as we look at the numbers here and kind of unpack what happened here today, we said at the break, just kind of felt like Greensboro was never really in this game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, KJ Brooks for Methodist, as we know, a very hard guard. Just trouble defending him all day, 7-11 from the field. Adds up to 24 points. As you said, it just wasn't really close at a point in this game, so it makes it hard to look back and look for positives, but there definitely was some positives that you can carry into next year. So, just a tough playoff loss, but definitely looking forward to next year.
Yeah, I think so, and that's kind of one of the big things, especially when your season comes to an end, is the fact that, there is no next game to look to now. It's a long off season. There's going to be roster changes. The portal is a real thing. You lose some, you get some. Who knows what it's going to look like for us. If this group stays, I think this team has a legitimate shot at being maybe not 1 or 2 in the conference, but could be right back in this 3-4 situation.
Yeah, no doubt. As you said, the portal does exist. A lot of players are tempted by the portal, but, this is a good core here, a good young core. A lot of good freshmen that see a lot of time, a lot of minutes. DJ Jackson still a junior. Will Gray still a junior. So, you bring back a lot of this talent. I think this is I guess you could say enticing for a lot of these players to want to come back and play 2026, 2027.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, as we project ahead a little bit here in the tournament, Methodist, obviously, about KJ Brooks. You talked about him. What's going to make this team so dangerous and give them a chance going forward?
I think if they did exactly what they did today, they came out, they saw what they did wrong on Saturday, and they came out with some half-court pressure, some half-court traps, really emphasizing the half-court part of that, caused for a 10-second violation. A lot of turnovers right around the logo there, the Pride logo. So if I'm Methodist, I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm playing aggressive defense, and you're getting the ball in KJ Brooks' hands. He's your best scorer. They did that today. They made that apparent. And then, of course, if you get another good day from O'Connor, this team could be a threat to any team in front of them for the rest of the USA South tournament.
Well, the tough thing for Methodist, they travel to number 1 Pfeiffer now. So it gets admittedly more difficult for them going forward. But I don't know. I could see a battle between O'Connor and Doug Smith being very entertaining to watch underneath the basket.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to tune into that one. Doug Smith, conference's top rebounder. O'Connor showed some bright spots here today. A lot of good takes, a lot of good aggressive rebounds and putbacks. So I'm excited for that one.
How about an early lead for number 6, Mary Baldwin, over number 3, Southern Virginia, 7-4, opening minutes of that contest as well. Well, Jay Sean, like I said, normally this is the time where I ask for your final thoughts going into the next game. There is no next game for us this year, so this is your last chance to say anything about basketball you want to say about this team heading into the offseason.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to, be able to go throughout this year and analyze and commentate the whole 9, but shout out this team. A lot of excitement. Had the gym riled. A lot of packed games. Just a fun year, so definitely a lot to look forward to for the Pride basketball team.
Absolutely, and thinking about all the turmoil that surrounded last year's team with incidents out of their control and whatever, and, kind of going into this year, nobody knew what to expect. I think the excitement and the joy of men's basketball is back here at Greensboro College, and that was evident even from some of the players just saying, we felt happy to be at practice, and it felt like we were learning stuff. We weren't, trying to got to do this, but it was just, hey, it's a looser environment. Let's go in here and let's do what we know how to do. And so I think definitely sets up really well for next year. But Jay Sean, it was a pleasure this basketball season, and we look forward to having you on the spring broadcast here as well.
I appreciate it. Have a good night.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll wrap things up on the postgame show when we come back. Methodist winning 82-70. The end of the postgame show and the end of the basketball season when we come back on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Mano, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Well, Pride Postgame one final time here in the basketball season as Methodist eliminates Greensboro in the first round of the USA South Men's Basketball Tournament, 82-70, your final score. We will take a look at the final numbers as well as what else is going on at Rocky Mount as well. It was a tough second quarter for the girls. Had a 5-point lead after the first quarter. Got outscored 30-15 in the second quarter. But final look at the numbers here. For Methodist, leading scorer was Brooks with 24 points, 19 for O'Connor, 17 for Williams, 13 for Bullock, 4 for Daniels, 3 for Stevens, and 2 for Jones. Leading rebounder was Brooks with 8, 7 each for Williams and O'Connor, 3 each for Bullock and Stevens, 2 each for Fee and Daniels. Leading assister was Williams with 6, 4 for Brooks, 2 for Stevens, 3 for Daniels, and 1 for Bullock. Leader in steals was Brooks with 3, 2 each for Williams and Stevens, and 1 for Daniels. Leader in blocks today was Daniels and O'Connor, both with 1. Methodist is a team shooting 48% from the floor, 41% from 3. They didn't even attempt but 1 in the second half, but it didn't matter. They made 5 in the first half, more than doubling their game total from Saturday. But the big thing, they went to the free throw line 25 times, and they made 23 of them good for 92% success rate from the free throw line in the contest, including 17 of 19 in the second half, and just the sheer volume of that certainly hurt Greensboro going down the stretch. Comparatively, rebounds go 32-31, a very narrow margin for Methodist as they had jumped out to a very large lead in that category. Offensive rebounds 13-11 to Greensboro. They turned those 13 into 19 second chance points. Methodist 11 offensive rebounds resulted in 6 second chance points. Assists go to the Monarchs 16-8. Turnovers 12-10. Greensboro committing the 12. Methodist turned those 12 turnovers into 18 points. Greensboro turned Methodist's 10 into 15 points. Bench points go 25-18 to the Pride. Blocks 3-2 to Greensboro. Fast break points 21-17 to Methodist. Steals 8-5 to the Monarchs as well. Greensboro shot 45% from the floor, 25% from 3, and 63% from the free throw line. Leading scorer today for the Pride was DJ Jackson, the game-high scorer with 25 points, well set up to join the 1,000-point club next year. Jalen Thorns was next with a nice 17, a career high for him. Will Gray with 13. Shamari Johnson with 6. Jeremiah Howard 5, 2 each for Roberts and Chudgar Benitez. Rebound leader was DJ Jackson with 8. Had 6 rebounds for Jeremiah Howard, 4 each for Chivers and Sutton, 3 for Roberts, 2 for Thorns, 1 each for Vincent, Chudgar Benitez, and Johnson. Assists go 3 to Jackson, 2 to Roberts, 1 each for Gray, Thorns, and Chivers. 2 steals for Chudgar Benitez, 1 for Johnson, 1 for Chivers, and 1 for Roberts. Blocks 1 each for Howard, Jackson, and Thorns. It all adds up to an 82-70 win for Methodist, who advances to take on Pfeiffer in the semifinals. So it's about a wrap here on Greensboro College basketball in 2025-26. Felt like just yesterday we were getting things started back in November, but what a fun season it was, a fun ride it was. Again, the injury bug bites the Pride, but ultimately they battle through it, get a host position in the tournament, just falling short tonight. Again, 82-70 your final score. Looking around the USA South, again, Mary Baldwin leading Southern Virginia. That's number 6 Mary Baldwin against number 8 Southern Virginia. They're approaching midway through the first half, 14-8 the score in that game, and the winner will go on to take on number 2 seed North Carolina Wesleyan in the semifinal round. On the women's side of things, a 5:30 start to their tournament today as Methodist traveled to Buena Vista to take on Southern Virginia, and the Knights dispose of the Monarchs today with a 71-44 win. Good day for Maria Savoon with 18 points. Abigail Snyder added 15 as well. Final score, William Peace knocking off Pfeiffer 63-62. The final score, the Pacers use a 29-16 fourth quarter to, to pick up the win. A three-pointer by Ava Hairston with 1 second left was no good, and William Peace with the road win. Well, we talked about Meredith leading Brevard early, but Brevard would come on in the second half, outscoring the Avenging Angels 54-31 on their way to an 83-61 victory. What a day for Anna Lee Morris. 39 points on 15 of 25 shooting. She was 6 of 12 from 3 and leading the way for the Tornadoes as they take care of Meredith this evening. Halftime in Rocky Mount, Greensboro College is trailing North Carolina Wesleyan 44-34. The Battling Bishops used a 30-15 second quarter to pull away 13 points right now for Ansley Griffin to lead the way for North Carolina Wesleyan. Greensboro is led by Kinsley Stewart, who is 4 of 5 from 3. She has 12 points. So we will await the final outcome of that one. That will about wrap things up here for us again. What's coming up on Greensboro College Sports Network? Tomorrow, softball is back in action, a doubleheader against ODAC opponent Sweetbriar. First pitch is at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll have our pregame show at 12:40. Then baseball is on the road as they will take on Roanoke tomorrow, and then a 3-game set against Oglethorpe over the weekend before taking on number 2 Lynchburg at the TED next Wednesday. Men's lacrosse with a tough ODAC opponent tomorrow as well against Bridgewater as they put their 4-0 record on the line against that Bridgewater squad. So a lot of road games this weekend, but we'll have softball on the Greensboro College Sports Network tomorrow. Women's lacrosse and men's lacrosse both in action at home this weekend. Women's lacrosse at 1 o'clock on Saturday with a pregame show beginning at 12:40, and the men begin at noon on Sunday with a pregame of 11:40. That'll wrap everything up for us today and for our 2025-26 basketball season. Not the way Greensboro wanted it to end, but a lot of promise for the future, and I think that is the big takeaway here for Greensboro College this evening. A big thank you to all of our game day staff, our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Weidenhouse, for all of his behind-the-scenes work. A big thank you to my producer and analyst, Jay Sean Ayala, this year, and that is how we will end our year. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. Greensboro College falls to Methodist as the Monarchs advance to the second round of the USA South Tournament. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College men's basketball on the Greensboro College Sports Network.